So Pierre Poilievre released his costed plan today, and I see why he's been hiding it this entire time and refused to release it earlier. Because he's not balancing the budget, kids. What a shocker! Oh my god, this entire time that he would go on and on and on about Justin Trudeau, the budgets balance themselves, blah blah blah, and he is going to run a deficit. Oh my, what a shocker! And it's going to cost $100 million. That's his final tally, which apparently is not even really the final number because there's a lot of stuff that's missing. But in his plan, it says that he will be spending $100 million, and he will be cutting social programs. He will be cutting, drug rehab. You know how he wants to help the drug people, right? But no, he's going to cut all those drug rehab centers because he doesn't like the ones that are providing safe supply and safe injection sites that have actually been saving lives. So no, he's going to cut all those along with foreign aid and, and consultants and a bunch of other stuff. And then he also claims that he's going to make $70 billion by unlocking all of those great Canadian natural resources, which, by the way, is going to take longer than fucking 4 years. Mines and pipelines don't just pop up overnight, okay? Even with the removal of red tape, okay? So you're not going to have those for quite a long time, at least some of them are going to take at least till near the end of your 4-year term. So I don't understand where you're going to get this $70 billion from, because it's certainly not going to be in your first 4 years. And the other reason that he was hiding his costed plan, that tax break that he wants to give everybody? Yeah, that's not coming to the near end. He's going to roll it out slowly, so nobody's getting it in the first couple of years. It won't be till like the 4th or 5th year that you would get that tax break, because he realized that he couldn't afford it. With all of his dollar per dollar matchups, yeah, couldn't afford it. And if you want to add more to the just like, oh my god moments, during his speech, he was talking about how there has been this report released by this, I guess it's a government think tank group, who kind of look at trends globally and in Canada and so on and so forth. And they basically said in this report that in about 15 years, they see that there's going to be a lot of change with the way that Canadians sort of look at the government and look at Canada and its economy. That in 15 years, most people will feel that it will be absolutely impossible to afford to have buy a house and have a family, and how that basically they'll start doing things like foraging and bartering. Foraging in order to cover some of the food that they can't afford. Bartering in order to avoid, paying taxes. And the funny thing is that it's like, wait, aren't we doing that already? I mean, I have a garden, and I've actually been putting more effort into my garden to have more food that comes out of it. So I kind of feel like we might already be at that gardening, foraging stage. He seems to, and then with the bartering, anybody else buy off of Facebook Marketplace when they're looking for stuff? Because I certainly do. A lot of stuff. Like, I sell on Facebook Marketplace, I buy off of Facebook Marketplace. We're kind of already at that point, I feel. Not that we're like in the post-apocalyptic world that he fucking described. Like, I shit you not, he read this report and decided in the speech to compare it to shows like The Walking Dead and The Last of Us and Fallout. Shows that are based on fucking zombie apocalypse, nuclear war type scenarios. Not just like a bad economy, because we've all been through that, okay? Well, not my generation, previous generations, though. It was called the Great Depression, where people foraged and bartered and such, okay? That is not fucking Fallout or The Last of Us. The streets were not, like, crawling with, mushroom, mutants or, like, like fucking what was it? The walkers or whatever the hell they call it in The Walking Dead. Like, I swear Pierre like tries to appear hip and cool, like he knows all these things. but it comes off just so friggin' bad. Because the shows that he just named are nothing like what we would go through. A better example would be the Great Depression. That is a better example of something that people understand, that previous generations have gone through, and that we would get. Talking about a post-apocalyptic world after a nuclear bombs go off as how you think Canada's going to be under a Liberal government in 15 years is so disconnected. It's not even funny. Like, this is why you're not connecting with Canadians, other than the extremists out there, the far right, that have their weird conspiracies and everything else. Because you talk in conspiracies. You don't talk in metaphors that, or in actual events or time periods that people could understand and relate to. No, you pull from fucking TV shows to appear cool. Oh, God. So yeah, so that was Pierre's little speech today. I haven't sat down and actually read the costed platform. I just kind of watched, what he talked about today. But I get it now. I get why he hit it. Because even though he's about $30 billion under the costed platform of the Liberals, he's still going to run a deficit, and he is still not going to balance the budget. What's cute is that he's trying to blame it on the Liberals. Well, that's not what you've been saying this entire time when you would mock the Liberals for not being able to balance the budget. You couldn't do it. You, taking over this government, cannot balance the budget there, Pierre. So, just interesting.